Welcome, Never-Betters, to my YouTube channel. I'm Susan, and this is Buddy Sherman. We are so grateful you're here. So today I've prepared a 45-minute Power Vinyasa Flow yoga class for you, all about movement and message. In the flow, we're going to move in and out of different variations of triangle pose. No, we're not. We never did one triangle. Huh. Welcome, Never-Betters, to my YouTube channel. I'm Susan, and this is Buddy Sherman. We are so grateful you're here. So today I prepared a 45-minute Power Vinyasa Flow yoga class for you, all about movement and message. In the flow, we're going to move in and out of different variations of low lunge pose. The message is about perspective. I hope you enjoy. If you like what you see, hit that thumbs up, push the bell for future notifications, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Now let's get after the best version of you today. If you follow me at Never Better Yoga on Spotify, we're going to go ahead and press the start button for today's practice all together right now. Then come with me to the top of your mat, feet to the width of your hips. Take a softness in your knees, but all you're going to do is just sweep forward and back. Just letting your hands lift, almost like you could visualize them floating up. So not a lot of effort, just a little movement. Just a bend and a soften and a lift. Now, keep the same series of bend and lift going, and close your eyes. Close your eyes. See if you can connect the focus of your mind in towards your breath. So same movements, but slow it down. Breathing in and breathing out. Now slowly just stand up, mountain pose. Roll your shoulders up and back. Keep your eyes closed. And see how tall you can stand. Shrug your shoulders up by your ears. Roll them up and down the back side as you lift your chin and gaze just a little. Now collect your hands at the center of your heart. It's that Anjali Mudra gesture. As you pull your chin towards your chest, bow your head. So today, the class focus is on perspective. So when we change the way we see things, the things we see change. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So today you might have a dedication, could be a wish, a prayer, an intention for your practice. Could be a perspective, perhaps a point of view that you have that you might be interested in shifting. So once you have today's purpose sealed into your heart, open your eyes up, reach your arms up to the sky, part the arms, soften the knees, bend at the waist, and cascade to a fold over your legs. Nice and slow, hands upon your shins. Take a halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out, physically pull yourself together, and then root to rise. Come back up like moving through taffy, hands back to heart center, even a little slower than normal. Offer your arms back up, part the sky, spread your Surya Hasta sun hands wide, bend, hinge, and fold over your legs. Take a halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out, physically pull yourself together. One more time, rooting to rise up. Breathe in, stretch high to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to the center of your heart and pause. Breathe in, offer your arms up, even shift your gaze up. Exhale, hinge, bend, and fold. Breathe out. Take that halfway lift, hands on shins. This time, stay in the fold as you exhale back down. Heel, toe your feet. Maybe further than your hips, maybe even all the way to the width of your mat. To capture one hand on each bicep and hang in ragdoll. Now in your ragdolls just kind of hang out with the crown of your head nice and heavy. Just a little shift and a little sway. And then hold up in the center and gently move your head back and forth. Any kind of angst, any kind of worry or doubt or apprehension, just let it spill from in between your ears right out onto your mat. Now with that clear path, move your head back and forth to bring in that yes, that knowingness. You know that you know that you know you are exactly where you belong. You have unrolled your mat to practice with that focus on being able and open to shift our perspectives, our point of views, to not have such a tight hold and grip, but to loosen up and expand in ways that are new to us, stepping outside that comfort zone. Release your hands down. Pop the right heel up, right hand down. Pull the left hand to your hip as you twist open to the left. Now, left hand can stay to your left hip or levitate that left arm up, stacking your shoulders, breathing in. And then possibly left hand to the small of your back, or maybe wrap around for a half bind. Release that left hand down, lower the right heel down, pop the left heel up, pull the left hip crease back, left hand down, right hand, twist open to the right. Maybe right arm's gonna levitate up. Possible half bind, or maybe even wrap the right hand on the top of the left thigh. Now release that connection as you lower the left heel down. Heel toe your feet to the width of your hips. Back at the top of your mat. Take a halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out and fold. Root to rise, come all the way to standing Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Offer your arms back up, part the sky, hinge, bend, and fold. Take a halfway lift and then step the right foot back on its own train of track as you lower the right knee down. Now rock forward and back. So you're going to actually let the left knee travel over your ankle. You're stretching the right hip flexor, just a slow motion of back and forth movement. Now make sure your breath is smooth and steady, moving in and out through your nose. And then hold up on the front side, letting both hands come to the left femur bone. Push down as you let your arms reach out and up. Teeing your arms on top, letting the right hip flexor open as you create that goalpost style with your arms. Now lace your hands both behind your back. Index fingers go long, slide them down the inside of the right hamstring. Now, as you come down with both hands, tuck the right toes under, lift the right kneecap, step the left leg back to join the right, which brings you to high plank asana. Drop your knees, big toes together, rock your hips back towards your heels. Now, as you lift your hips up, knees are going to stack right over, your hips are going to stack over your knees. Anatasana, heart melting pose. So reach your arms out further and melt your heart down towards the earth. Now, when you lift up, put the right pinky finger side down, lower the right forearm, slide the left hand back, rock your hips back as you straighten the right arm. So nice long line of energy. Now reach the left hand back, plant the right hand, come all the way forward, lower both forearms to the mat, lift your heart up, Sphinx pose. Lower your chin down, rise back up for another Sphinx. So visualize bringing the heart right through the gateway of your arms. Lower back down, the power of perspective. Inhale, rise up. Breathe in. Breathe out. When we cling to just one point of view, we find that we limit our ability to see what is before us. Tuck your toes under, rock your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Now in your down dog, just pedal through your feet a little bit, shift the side bodies. Now in your down dog, lift your right leg up, roll open at the hip, bend the knee, flex the foot, spread the toes. Pull the right knee to the right tricep, but hold. Lower the right knee to the right wrist and hold. Windshield wipe the right knee to the left wrist, then lift it up to the left tricep. Sweep the right leg up and back. Now, right knee right up the center line toward the nose. Step it forward. Come all the way up, high lunge. Breathe in. Now, balance on the right leg. Float the left inner thigh up to an L shape, top of the mat.
Point the left toes, walk your hands all the way off the mat and open up the left side of your body from your left pinky finger to your left pinky toe. Now come back to the center. Draw the left knee in toward the nose. Set it next to the right. Drop your hips, Utkatasana, chair pose. Now, just like the beginning of class, just a brush and a sweep, very gentle. It's almost like you're lifting your arms up with a float, and then you're pressing back. Now, where we want to use a little more emphasis is on the palms of the hands. Want your wrists to lead on the front and your palms to press back. So add a little wave in the spine. So it's an arch when you come up and around when you go down. Couple more. Then hold up, sweeping your arms out and up, breathe in. Exhale, hinge, bend, and fold right over your legs as you bow down. Inhale and lengthen. Step your left leg back on its own track of train, dropping the left knee down. Now you're rocking back and forth. So you get the right knee tracking over the second and third toe, and the left hip flexor getting some saja movements, like moving through water. Then hold up, hands on the right femur bone, press down. As you really stretch this left hip flexor, levitate your arms up, breathe in. Tee your arms as you breathe out and dip your hips in the center of gravity. Lace your hands in that Kali Mudra style. Slide them down the back side as you look up, breathe in. Now go ahead and plant your hands, tuck your left toes under, step the right leg back, land right in plank asana. This time lower all the way to your mat from your high plank. Point your toes, rise up, either cobra, maybe up dog. Send your hips up and back, down dog. Pop your heels up. Let your knees land. Bring your big toes together. Child's pose, balasana. Now lift your hips off your heels. Walk your arms forward on a tasana, heart-melting pose. Lift back up, left forearm, left pinky finger, side of your hand down. Tent the right finger pads. Drop your hips back. So when you drop your hips back toward your heels, your left arm extends out and you're stretching out the left side of your body, working on getting the shoulder blade down towards the mat. Come back up on all fours. Shift your shoulders over the wrists. Go chin, chest, belly. Sneak your heart through. Rise up, cobra or up dog. Tuck your toes under. Rock your hips up and back. Down dog. Let your left leg lift in your down dog. Roll open at the hip. Exhale, left knee, left tricep, nice and high. Lower it down to the left wrist. Windshield, wipe it over to the right, up to the right tricep. Sweep the left leg up and back. Roll open at the hip. Exhale, left knee right up the center line. Come on up, high lunge. Breathe in as you lift your arms up. Hug your inner thighs in, crescent lunge. Now float forward, balancing on the left leg. Let the right inner thigh lift. Point the right toes, open up at the hip. Walk your hands all the way off your mat from your right pinky toe to your right pinky finger. Lengthen the right side body. Come back to the center. Draw the right knee right in toward your nose. You've got a rounded back. Set it next to the left. Come to Utkatasana, chair pose. Now with that flex of the hands, straighten up. This time lift and reach. So you're lifting like a tray up, pressing back. So we're kind of reversing it. You can even bend your arms. So lift with a bicep, spread out hand with bent knees, like offering up on the tray. And then stretching back to let the heart lift. Couple more. Breathe in and breathe out. Now come all the way to standing. Right hand, left wrist, side bend. Inhale back up. Left hand, right wrist up and over to the left. Back to the center. Exhale, hinge, bend, and fold. One breath, one move. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, step the right foot back, Anjaneyasana. Offer your arms right up. Tee the arms on top. Lace your hands behind your back. Slide them down the back side. Look up. Release that connection. Step right into high plank pose. Drop your knees, hips to heels, child's pose. Hips off the heels, walk the hands out, heart melting Anatasana pose. Love enters through the back body and out the front, the love chakra. Drop the right forearm, right pinky finger, slide the left tented finger pads back as you rock your hips back towards your heels. Now, stay right here if you want more. Bend the right arm, thumb toward the nape of your neck. Nice tricep stretch. Then come back up, tuck your toes under, rock your hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, shift, high plank pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up, heart lifts. Exhale, dive your hips up and back, down dog. Right leg's on the left, roll open at the hip. High on the right tricep, lower it to the right wrist. Right knee, left wrist. Pull it in and up, left tricep, sweep the right leg up and back. Roll open at the hip. Knee to nose, come on up, step right into that high lunge. Enlightenment. It is that radical shift, that radical change in our perspective. Float up, L shape. Exhale, left knee this time behind the right leg. Get low, get little. Inhale back up, L shape. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale back up. Last time. Exhale, left leg behind the right, left hand down, twist open to the right side of the house. Sit it right into chair pose. This time, just straighten your legs, hook your thumbs on top, open your heart. Now, release that connection. Capture one hand on each forearm behind your body, right ear to your shoulder. Stretch the neck. Now pull your forearms apart, chin to chest. Now left side, left ear to the left shoulder. Now back to the center. Lace your hands behind your back if possible. If not, just hang on to the forearms
And open the front body as you look up. Now release that connection.
Hinge, bend, and fold at the waist. Inhale and lengthen. Right leg steps back. Anjaneyasana. Offer the arms up. Breathe in. Tee the arms. Breathe out. Lace the hands behind the back. Slide them down the inside of the right hamstring. Look up. Release that connection. High plank pose. Lower all the way down. Scoop your heart through. Lift up as you create that back bend of choice. Exhale up and back. Down dog. Right leg lifts. Roll open at the hip. High tricep on the right with the right knee. Lower it to the right wrist. Left wrist. Left tricep. Sweep the right leg up and back. Roll open at the hip. Knee to nose. Step it up. Crescent lunge. Rise up. Breathe in. Open it up. Breathe out. Second warrior this time. Flip the right palm for peace. Now windmill your hands down. Float up. L-shaped pose. Top of the mat. Squeeze the left leg behind the right. Inhale, stretch it back up. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, back up. Third time. Exhale, right leg behind the left. Stay low, stay little. Peel it open, breathe. Now set the left foot next to the right. Stand all the way up, top of the mat. Open your heart. Exhale, hinge, bend, and fold right over your body. Inhale and lengthen. Step your left leg back. Let the back knee dip down. Offer your arms up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Tee the arms. Lace your hands behind your back. Slide them down the backside. Look up. Release that connection. Step into high plank asana. Lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, dive your hips up and back. Down dog. Let your left leg lift up. Roll open at the hip. Exhale, left inner knee high on the left tricep. Lower it down to the left wrist. Over to the right. Pull it in and up. Shoot it up and back. Roll open at the hip. Exhale, left knee to nose. Step it up for high lunge, crescent lunge. Breathe in, come on up. Open it up. Second warrior. Left knee tracking over the second and third toe. Flip that palm, reverse. Now, L shape, windmill your hands down, frame that left leg. Sweep the inner thigh of the right leg up. Exhale, right leg behind the left. Inhale, back up. Exhale, get low, get little. Inhale, back up. Exhale, right leg behind the left, right hand down, twist open to the left. Now, chair pose, top of the house. Hook your thumbs, straighten your legs, expand your heart. Dive over your legs, hinge, bend, and fold. Inhale and lengthen. This time, step or float back. Take your body through. Vinyasa, heart lifts. Exhale up and back. Down dog. Pop your heels up. Bend your knees, let them land. Rock your hips back, child's pose. Rise up, hips off of heels. Stretch your arms forward. Anatasana, heart melting pose. Now, knife side, pinky edge side of the left hand goes down. Forearm is down. Right tented finger pads roll back. Rock your hips back to your heels. Can you extend the left arm out as you really lower that left shoulder towards the mat? If you would like more, bend the left arm. Let your left thumb come toward the nape of your neck. Now this time, come back and let both hands plant. Peel the right arm up, twist open to the right. Now sneak dive underneath, twisting your child's pose. Right arm under, right fore temple down. Left leg can stay down, or you might want to stretch it back or even lift it up. You might want to lift the left arm, small the back, top of the right thigh, maybe a bent left leg. Back around. This time, both forearms down. On your knees and shins, cat with your forearms down. Inhale, arch the back, tilt the tail, look up. Do it again. Exhale, round and hollow, draw it in. Inhale. Now do one more. Exhale. Pull your navel into your spine, really round like a cat. Inhale. Now, hands beneath your shoulders as you extend your arms, peeling the left arm up. Now you're going to sneak dive underneath to thread the needle. Twist your child's pose. Tent the right finger pads, left temple down, maybe on a block. Right leg can extend. Right arm can go up and back, top of the left thigh. Right leg can lift, maybe catching that Shavasana connection. Bring it back around. This time, find forearm plank pose. Then, walk your feet in towards, as your hips rise up, to bring you into dolphin. Now walk your hands back, brings you into a short little down dog. In your short little down dog, I call it Utthana Dogasana. Elevate your heels up, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Step, hop, float, fly. Feet to your hands at the top of your mat, chair pose. Rise up and stand, open your heart. Sit back into chair. Tips of fingers right alongside your body. Left hand, left hip, right hand, right shin. Maybe it's peace fingers on the right big toe. Utthita Hasta Pada Gustasana, stand tall. Maybe open it up. Variation B. Carry the right leg across, standing pigeon. Now swing the right leg back. Keep your hands at the center of your heart. Spirit dive over the left leg. Step back, high lunge, crescent lunge. This time, right hand forward, left hand back. Left hand behind the right, arc up and back. Exalt it. Wring it out and twist. Right upper arm on the outside of the left front thigh. Maybe you stay. Maybe you open high to low. Now bring it up and around. Second warrior. Turn it into stargazer. Heels in, toes out, gaze up. Jiva lunge, back of the house. Right leg bends, maybe left toes up. Now stay low. Go ahead this time. Float up. Half moon pose. A possible Chapasana connection. Release it. Barrel roll around to that L shape. Squeeze the right leg all the way behind the left to sit all the way down. Reach the right arm up. Wrap a hug on this left leg, or maybe a hook for seated spinal twist. Now slowly walk around so your forearms go down. They're off of your mat, but you're twisting to the right, keeping the same shape of your legs. Now walk your hands back and press yourself back up. Come back around. Find Utkatasana chair at the top of your mat. Take that flexing of your hands and then straighten your legs and lift your heart. Now lead with the wrists and then press up and back. Bend and lift. You're stretching the forearms, reaching up and back. Just a couple more. You can feel the expansion. The same thing happens when we shift our perspective. We widen, we soften, we find ways to look at things differently from another point of view. Now, come to chair. Breathe. Slip the tips of your fingers alongside your feet. Right hand, right hip, left hand, left shin. Maybe peace fingers around the left big toe. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Breathe. Maybe you open up variation B. Find your center. Carry the left leg across. Standing pigeon. Not trying hard. Trying easy. Kick the left leg back. Dive over the right leg. Spirit dive. Step back. High lunge. Crescent lunge. Left hand forward. Right hand back. You've got this. Right hand behind the left. Exalt it. Seam of the left inner thigh lifts as you twist up and over the right front thigh. Now bring it up and around, second warrior. Turn it into stargazer. Heels in, toes out, gaze up. Hands to heart center, jiva lunge, left leg bends. Maybe the right toes come up. Maybe you stay lifted a little higher. Back to the top of the house, you know where you're going. Float up, half moon, peel it open. Shine from the inside out. Whatever situation you're in, this too shall pass. Release that connection. Barrel roll your hips into that L shape. Sneak the left leg behind the right and come all the way down. Right hand lands behind. Let the left arm lift, sit up super tall. Connect a hug on that left leg or maybe a hook, rolling the right shoulder blade up and back. Now up and around you go. Walk your hands all the way off the mat on the left. Forearms come down. Same shape of your legs. Breathe. Walk your hands back, push yourself back up. Now just unravel your legs. Wrap your arms around your shins, point your toes, chin to chest,
balance on your sits bones. Now from here, come into that high boat pose. Breathe in. Lower down to a low boat. Breathe out. Palms down, head down, legs are going to rise up. Take your hands, index finger and thumbs together. Create that shape as you lift your hips up and set them on that little leaf shape that you created with your index finger and your thumb. Flex your feet, lower down as you paint the front wall. Draw your knees in, kiss them as you lift your head and neck up. Lay your head and neck back down, and then flex your feet. Paint the front wall. Draw in. Make it slow, make it smooth, make it steady. Draw it in. So there is this story that helps give a visual to changing your perspective. So there was this man who lived in a very small house with a wife, with a mother-in-law, with 6 kids, with a cow, and with chickens. Keep this going as we talk. Draw it back in. He got very frustrated over time. There was just too much chaos in his home. So he went to see the rabbi in the village, and he said, "Rabbi, what do I do? Oh, what do I do?" Draw in. And the rabbi said, "Go buy a goat and take the goat home." So the gentleman did just that. 2 more of these. And then there was more chaos. The goat didn't calm things down. There was so much chaos, he decided he couldn't handle it at all. So he went back to the rabbi and he said, "Now what do I do? Now bend your knees, plant your feet, lift your hips up to bring your hands alongside your body." Now you've got feet planted, knees bent, hands down, head down, hips down. So he went back to the rabbi, and the rabbi said, "Sell the goat." He sold the goat. He went back home, and he has his wife, his 6 kids, his mother-in-law, the cow and the chicken, and peace. So let's inhale in. And on the exhale, as you shift your perspective, just remember, sell the goat. You might even say it. Now, pop your hips up right here for a little bridge pose, Setubandha. Maybe you lace your hands underneath your body. Our life is what it is. How we feel about it, how we perceive it, our point of view is what we make it. Know that it can change. Your point of view, your perspective can change. Keep that attitude of gratitude. You will always rise to a new altitude. When you focus on the things you have rather than the things you don't, lower down slow, feet to the width of your mat, and just let your knees rock right to left. Just signifying a rinsing, a purifying, a cleansing motion, washing away all of those things, those thoughts, those attitudes. We're going to get over ourselves. So just wash away anything troubling you, anything hindering your day. Breathe into this space, this place. Rock the knees to the right, look to the left.
Now reverse it. Rinse your knees left. Look over to the right. Now, as you land back on your back, just slide your legs out, slide your arms out, slipping into our final posture, Shavasana. Never underestimating the power that we have to shift our own perspective, to soften, to let go of that tight grip we have on the way we think things should be. It is what it is. It'll be what we make it. So as your breath slows, just be aware of releasing any remaining tension in your body, in your mind, in your spirit. Then I invite you, if you can turn the video off and stay, maybe 5, 10, 15, even 20 minutes today. Just do so. If you're coming with me, just slowly invite your renewed self, your softened self. You're flexible, but you're pliable. As your perspective shifts and you have a new point of view, the things you look at change by changing the way you look. Now shift over onto your side. Just propel yourself up and over into that fetal position, drawing your knees in. And then pushing yourself back up into your day. You change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Sweep your arms out and up, breathe in, carry the gifts, the graces, and the blessings you've been given. Seal them into your heart. Let them bring peace. These gifts from God bring peace and love and joy that you then have the privilege of sharing with your family, friends, and loved ones. Look up. Let's finish off with one Om to Home. Sip your breath in. Home. Now go on out and be a blessing. Namaste.